Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. It's 3 o'clock Eastern time. We have an hour to go in our session today. Today being Tuesday, February the 14th, 2023. Thank you all for popping in here. Markets are mixed. We're down 87 on the Dow. We're up 3 on S&P, and we're up 55 on Nasdaq. And it's been more extreme than that all day. It's been kind of a wacky one. We were quite a bit lower. The low of the day today was 33,827. We're at 34,165. So about 170 plus 160. So what's that? 330 points. We've recovered 330 points from the low, I guess. We might have been down 400 for a brief moment. That was around 1140 something today, and we've come back. Here we are. Yeah, we were at the low of the day around 1133 at 33,827, and we had been as high earlier in the day at that 34,003. So in gosh, what was that? Hour and a half from 10 o'clock ish to 11:15, 11:30, hour and a half. We took a drop. We dropped 500 and let's call it 600 points. We dropped 600 from the high of the day to the low of the day, and now we've recovered a good chunk of it. We're still down 69.70 at the moment on the Dow, and we continue to plot along. ME is down a half a penny. It's battled its way back. GameStop got down to 1901 this afternoon, just after 11:30. Now back to 1959. It's down a dime. It's coming back. Now it's down a nickel right now. Bed Bath Beyond has not had a recovery. It's been down all day. It's down 20 cents to 184, so that's not getting a help. ATIP is up to 39.3 cents, up 1.7. Tesla is up to 206.40. It's up 11.78 today. We got SoFi up a penny at 677. The low here was the actual opening within a minute or two or three, down to 643. And around 11:15, that market low, we were sitting at about 658. And from 658 to 676, here we are unchanged right now. We're unchanged on SoFi. Apple down 54 cents and climbing back. HBQ is green. It's +3. Cyxtera is still up 2.5 cents today. Google at one point hit 92.60. It's now 94.25. So it's turned around. Moderna, same thing. It was flatlining. Now it's up 380. Cisco was lower this morning, sitting around 47.19. It's 47.86. We're just at the break-even line on Cisco now. Pfizer up 8 cents. IBM down $1, still coming back from its drop-off. Microsoft has held ground. It's up 163. It's holding at 272.95. Rocket Lab. Look at Rocket Lab. 494.4, up 23.4 cents today on good old Rocket Lab. The stock started lower this morning, trading at around 448, it would appear, and it has picked up the slack. Yeah, 448 right in the first 15 minutes. And now we're at the high today, 493, 495, 496 on 2.6 million shares. Go Rocket Lab. Go. They announced 22 hours ago that they've appointed Colin Canfield to lead investor relations. Who I don't care who it is, do investor relations well, and this stock will take off. That would be great. I want all the former SPACs to do this. Matterport 357 up 15 cents. Can't complain about that. SmartRent 272 up 8. Spires up 2 at 105. Amazon down just 47 cents, trying to come back. Home Depot still down $5. Netflix down 16 cents, coming back to breaking even and going higher. Vanik up $5. Adobe's up $2.93. Goldman is only off $1.32, coming back up. Boeing is up all day, $3.49 right now on the upside. Meta at $180, up 76 cents right now. We've got Royal Caribbean up 146. We've got Target down 110. JP Morgan up 83 cents. Costco still down 250, has been recovering a bit. Walmart just off 15 cents, definitely coming on. Disney's green, up 19. Nvidia's definitely green today, up 10 276 to 228. American Airlines up 31 cents, 1682. So we got some recovery there. Now, as I speak to you now, the Dow's off 104. The S&P is up 1.9 and the Nasdaq up 53. And there's probably going to be buy-sell programs for the rest of the hour here. So we'll see how this market, what kind of volatility is in there. We'll watch for that. ME down 1 penny. 23andMe down 1 penny now. The low of the day, 267. It's now 274 on 1.55 million. The stock is not giving up ground after kind of gaining to here. It just can't seem to break $3 though right now. Right now, it's can't seem to be doing it. GameStop down just 7 cents, 1962. And Tesla is up 1165. My show today is titled, "If Writing Options Are So Profitable, Why Doesn't Everyone Do It?" You know, I mean, come on, man. Why not? Gotta wonder why is it that if it's so juicy and it's so good, then why is it that and it's everyone so under the sun doesn't do this? We don't get it. What's the deal here? Anyway, there it is. Well, there's a reason for why that is the case. Writing options requires a little bit of homework. You have to learn the options market. You have to understand the psychology of trading. You have to understand how options appreciate and depreciate. You have to be willing to study this. And there are people out there who just aren't going to do that. They're not going to do it. Like George Bush said one time, or at least what Dana Carvey says. George Bush, the father, says, "Nah, good, not going to do it." So yeah, you got to put some effort into being an option writer. You got to pay attention to what the hell's going on. And there are folks out there who don't want to pay attention. They feel that it's just too much to learn. They have too much on their mind. They have too many other responsibilities, and they really don't need to know that, or they don't believe in the in the gig. They don't believe in the fact that they think it's a fantasy that you can write call options, against stock you have, that only banks and institutional investors can do it, that small retail investors are not welcome in the option market. And so don't even bother. And the market is completely rigged anyway. So you're just going to get, you're just going to get your butt handed to it and handed to you. And so you just avoid this. Whatever the excuse is, there's always a handy excuse somewhere that they'll use to not do it. So there's half of your people right there who won't do it. The other half like to buy long. They just want to buy contracts and sell them. They're lazy. They're hoping for a lottery win, buy a call option for a dime, sell it for $1 and say, thank you very much. And let's do that 5 times in a row and I'll be a millionaire. They just don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the time. They want to make the dedication. And so it's left to folks like you who are here watching me right now. You're following me here and realizing that, you take these classes, which, are pretty easy to understand. They're, options in plain English. I mean, geez, it's just like his channel here. And you start writing a couple of calls and you build your positions up and you get more comfortable and you get a little more comfortable and you do a little more and a little more. And not too long down the road, you're writing 5, 10, 15, 20 contracts. And heck, if you can make $1 a month on a contract, you're making $1,500, $2,000 a month, and you're on your way higher. You got to start somewhere. You don't start, with a small account and become a $100,000 a month generator of income from option writing. It doesn't work that way. You build up to a level, and you build up to a level, and build up to a level. That's how this works, and that's called working, and that's what some people are afraid to do. So, what can I say? Anyway, there you go. What else is going on here? I think most people don't sell options because of fear. It looks like something that only smart people understand. It looks like you need to understand the market and economics and the pulse of the world. There you go. And what else is going on? Christina, but writing calls is not that. It's a system that can be learned and understood through education such as yours. and a huge learning curve. Story time. Brian, Agent Per, I read about that, but most of the sources I've seen it from aren't well known. Not sure if it's true or read or not. It's real disturbing indeed. Agent Per, anyone see that the Pfizer guy who also connected was also connected to Boston Consulting? Yeah, strange coincidences in this world. I'm not sure you know what this is about. Christina, GameStop was trading for about $200 a share, and I had written a few calls, and GameStop went to $300. I freaked out and bought back the calls I had sold, and I didn't know what to do, so I sat there. I didn't believe Uncle Bruce. I thought maybe he was a shill. I thought that we would go to the moon. TJ, I agree, Christina. People always tell me that it sounds shady when I tell them about options. Christina, that was an $18,000 loss. There you go. Well, you got to learn how the option market works, and you got to put time into it. And hey, welcome to the party, pal. You can learn that right here by becoming a follower of this channel and checking out the classes and go from there. I did a poll question for you today. I haven't done one in a while. The poll question is basically, I started writing options because of Uncle Bruce, and I have made over, and then you have 4 choices. I've made over 1,000 a month average. I made 3,000 a month average. I've made over 5,000 a month average. I make over 5,000 a month average. So 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, or 5,000 or more. And 68% of you are saying, I've made $1,000 per month average. 15% said, I've been making 3,000 a month. 4% say, I'm making about 4% making about 5,000 a month. And there are 13% of you out of the folks who've addressed this poll. 13% say, I make over 5,000 a month writing options. And this number, I think, is going to continue, because those 3,000 a month writers and the 5,000 a monthers, they're about to join these guys as time goes by. And pretty soon, I can see 33%, a third of my viewers making more than 5,000 a month in option premiums. And I think that the 1,000 a monthers over there, the 68%, I think a bunch of those folks are going to be joining the 3,000, 5,000 neighborhood. Will be on their way too. Exciting stuff. We have 65 thumbs ups, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. The stock went down. I was hopeless. Brian Cohen tweeted, apparently people are shooting down his balloons. It's so rude. Christina, I stopped following old Bruce for a bit. Once I got over myself, I found my way back. George, which is shadier, selling options or being told GameStop is going to the moon? Christina, that 18,000 mistake was not a mistake. As my wife tells me, it was a really expensive class. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. LS, I invested in myself by listening, learning, doing tutorials, paper trading for about a year before using real money to trade. Financial mischief. Uncle Bruce, I did a thing today. And Maria, George, you should be able to figure that out. BW, George, Sebastian, correct. Mundo, sell my house fast. Hi, everybody. I'm number 62. I did a thing today. Financial mischief. I'm waiting. Brian, George, I don't think either are shady. Haha. Selling options is conservative, and GameStop to the moon is a theory. And if it doesn't happen, at least you still own GameStop and are selling covered calls. Sean and Wendy, number 64, thumbs ups. Good afternoon, everybody. Mirko, Christina, you should be proud. You what is it? You educated yourself, and now GameStop is around 80%, is about around 80 pre-split, and you are starting to make a killing. Well done. Be proud of yourself. Not your SoFi is number 69. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Welcome one and all to the show, and to the party, and to the good times. It's great to have you all here. And hopefully you are enjoying today's activities and festivities, and you'll continue to follow this market and hopefully make some money. And we love the fact that you're here with us today and part of this channel. We're just going to members only right now for the chat. Thanks for those of you who have become members of this channel. Really appreciate it. Please do become a member if you haven't already. And make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and help us grow our subscription base. Thank you all. We have 77 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. They're coming on. Let's see. Here we go. Financial Mischief says, I rolled a bunch of my in the money calls that I had sold for October, November, and December. Okay, for October numbers, I rolled them now. I'm still in the money on the rolls on these. However, I locked in 8,600 in profits on the rolls, and I'm now into June. And George Sebastian, 700 shares and getting ready to sell all and switch to poor man covered calls. Giddy up. Coyote, anyone telling you to buy a share and that you'll be a millionaire, billionaire, yeah, they are scamming you in hopes of pumping their stock. Lame duck, I'm 75th thumbs up, Bruce. Financial Mischief, these are my GameStop options. Way to go, Financial Mischief, on doing this roll and bringing in 8,600. Nice going, man. That is fantastical. And nicely done. We're down 113 on the Dow. We're up a tenth of a point on S&P. There's nothing going on here. NASDAQ is up 51 points at the moment. Oil down 94 cents to 79.20 on oil. Okay. We're still down 1.5 cents on 23andMe. We got GameStop down 6 cents at 19.63 a share. Bed Bath Beyond down 20 at 183.5. ATIP 39.3 up 1.7 cents. Tesla is 205.62 up 10.98. SoFi down 2 cents. Apple down 58. HBQ down 3. Xterra up 2. Google down 58. Brian, George Sebastian, nice work. I will follow you soon. Mirko, I meant Christina. Continue doing it. She toughed it out, and now she's becoming good at it and getting better every trade. She is, and definitely it's coming along. Sell my house fast up on Marlboro. Christina, I know what you mean. I sold all my GameStop when it was still over 100. I made some money, but I wanted to get off that roller coaster. I didn't know that roller coasters are good. You can have a lot of fun on a roller coaster. What can I say? Oh my, 205.65 on Tesla, up 11.01. Moderna's up 3.30. Cisco down a penny. Pfizer up 6. IBM down $1. Microsoft up 153. The old Rocket Lab still looking good here, up 22.5 at 493.5. Matterport up 15.5. SmartRent up 4.5. Spire up 2.5. With the Dow right now down 111 at the moment, and GameStop at $19.64. And Cindy saying, I bought another GameStop deep in the money, $5 2025 call for $14.40, and then I sold a $20 August for $4.05 against it. So the call has now Cindy is exposed to the call for $10.35, and that call is worth $14.64. So she's looking pretty good. Obviously, that $20 call could depreciate just with time and or a stock move on the downside. This call can give up ground. Way to go there, Cindy. Obviously, if the shares go higher, even if they go to $22, let's say, these $20 calls are only worth $2 book value and time premium. But as time goes by, that time premium will shrink away. So if the shares want to go to 22, the call is worth $2. She can buy it back for a $205 profit, $205 a contract back, profitable. And her deep in the money call would be worth a $17 book value plus some premium, maybe $1. It'll be an $18 premium, $18 value on that deep in the money call. She paid $14.44. Hello, up almost $4 on the deep in the money call. Still up $2 on the call she wrote. That's a $6 gain. Hello. Nice return for a $14 investment, don't you think? $6 gain. Not bad carrying that. Mirko, sometimes it's hard to do a pep talk in a foreign language, but I'll keep trying. Laugh out loud. Yes, I know what you mean. Mirko, I hear you there, buddy. Yeah, I get you. It's not that simple. Down 90 on the Dow. We got about 41 minutes left in the session. And GameStop is unchanged. 1969, unchanged. Tesla, 206.94, up 12.30. SoFi, unchanged as well. BW, Uncle Bruce, you give hope. You don't give promises. You give your knowledge, a lot of it, and the viewers have to take that real plunge. It is scary. Everything new is, but just take time, train, learn, and cash in. Right on. Thank you, sir, for that. Miraculous. By the way, those that are in the 5,000 a month club, how many calls are you guys writing up there? H. Gregory, preaching to the choir here. Last January, when GameStop went up 20 to 30 points, I bought back my covered calls too soon, and the price dropped. I lost about $2,000. Learned from it since July 1. Since July, I am averaging $2,500 to $3,000 a month in profits since then. Thank you, Uncle B. And that's the key to this business is patience. You have to allow your your options to perform for you. You have to allow them to do what they're going to do. And sometimes it's as simple as just waiting a little longer. Stock has a run up, has a run down, it sits around for a while. Contracts will eventually, theoretically anyway, they can eventually give you a very happy either a return where you can buy them back for a lot less than you sold them for, or B, they give you an opportunity to do a rollover that can then give you a cash return where you buy back your calls, write new calls, higher strike perhaps further out in time, bring in money at the same time. There's a win. And other times you break even on contracts. You write a call for 450, drops down to about $3, and then it runs up again with the stock, and the stock goes much higher. And next thing you know, your calls are $5, and then over time they come back to that 4 level, and you break even on the call. You didn't make any money, you didn't lose any money by writing it, but the stock is up $4 a share or $5 a share, and you had 10 deep in the money calls, and you're up $4 a call, which is 400 times 10 contracts. You're up $4,000. So you're $4,000 richer, but you don't feel it in your hand, and that's the hard part to accept. But that's the reality of this business. And of course, if you're a shareholder of any stock and the stock goes up along with call options, whatever they do that you're writing, your shares are worth more money the higher they go. So you're richer on paper no matter what you have, stock or deep in the money call options. So not to worry. We're down 99 on the Dow today, down a penny on ME, down 4 cents on GameStop, down 19.5 on Bed Bath Beyond. We're up 1.7 cents on ATIP, and Tesla's up 12.42, and SoFi's down a penny. That's what's going on. What else? Coyote says to Miraculous, I've had some months where I've made $4,000 to $5,000 on 5 contracts. Really good conditions and nailing the highs and the lows. Susan shops about. Cindy, that's some deep in the money GameStop $5 call. I have the same. Suggest $20 strike right. I got my deep in the money call at $14.95. DH Ruda, I'm number 87, and Susan shops about. Thumbs up, number 89. Bruce, you're going to get 100 here in just a minute. Cindy B, this is my biggest problem. I'm always waiting to trade, which prevents me to let my premiums run down to their lowest potential. I'm always wanting to trade. I want to trade, and I have trouble waiting. It's the hardest thing to learn. But you know what? You get paid to wait sometimes handsomely. Lame duck. So Bruce, do you recommend rolling out 3-4 months? Do you write close to the stock price, or do you go a lot higher? Again, depending on the stock, but if you're dealing with GameStop and they're trading at 19 something, it does and does not matter which contract you actually write. Believe it or not, it does and it does not actually matter. If you go out 4 months, 5 months, you go out to like June, July contracts further, you're going to bring in a big premium the closer to the money you are, obviously. So if you're going to write a $20 call on GameStop when it's sitting at $19.65, you're going to get a better premium than if you're going to write a $22 call. Obviously, the further out of the money, the less you get. But look at it this way. If you wrote a $19 call, if you could do that, you'd be writing a 65-cent in the money contract plus premium. You might get more money for the 19 than for the 20 or the 21. If you write an 18, you would get more money than the 19, more money than the 20, and so on. If your objective, your game plan is you want to write calls, bring in gobs of money, and buy more deep in the money calls, then you might play the game called, let's write in the money calls, let's say 17s, 18s, haul in $5, $6, $7 for those, if that's possible. Again, I don't know what's possible. I'm not looking at option chains. You are looking at option chains. But if you write a $2, $1.50 in the money call and get your hands on $5.50, $5.75 for that, there's like $4 premium on that contract. So if you were to be taken out at say $17, $18, say $18, and you got a $4 premium or $5.75 premium for that, you keep the $5.75 plus the 18, you're getting $23.75. This stock's $19.65 right now. Do you mind writing a call option today, taking in 575 cash right now, and then next week getting bought out where you just sold for 23.75? I don't know what the problem is here. If the stock's sitting at 22 bucks and you get taken out, you're at 23.75. You're just going to buy the shares back and write a new call. And you can write a new call at 20, and that's $2 in the money if you want, and do it all over again. Now, keep this in mind, okay? If you are writing 10 contracts and are bringing in 575 a contract, that's $5,750 you're hauling in, because it's 575 times 10 contracts. You have $5,700 plus in your hand. If the deep in the money $10 calls are trading at like 10 bucks each, 10.50 each, you can get your hands on 5 more of these, which means you'll write 5 more contracts right away at 575 a shot, bringing in another, how much money is that? 2,800 and something dollars. Getting enough money with the leftover change, you might be able to buy 3 more calls again. Write those, bring in that $1,600. You're going from 10 to 15 to 18 to 19. I mean, you're moving up how many deep in the money calls you have now going. And those of you who have 30 calls right now, you're multiplying higher, 40 calls, 50 calls, obviously. So it's all multiplication. It's all amplification, isn't it? If you're your frame of mind is you want to quit your day job and replace your paycheck with option premiums, because option premiums are only taxable at a capital gain level and not an income level for you. Now you have more motivation to want to have deep in the money calls, as many as humanly possible, to write as many calls against them as humanly possible, to buy more deep in the money calls, to write. This is what we keep talking about here. On the other hand, if you've already reached 50 covered calls, or 50 calls you can write on deep in the money calls, because you have 50 deep in the monies, you're bringing in, say, $4 by writing out of the money contracts. You're writing 21s for 4 or 5 months and you're getting $4 for them. Again, I'm just talking theory, okay, not exact quotes. Don't give me a hard time on quotes, so I'm not looking at them. But if you write 50 calls at $4 a shot, that's $400 times 50. That's 20 grand coming in your hand right now. Now, what you do with that 20,000 is your scenario. You may just leave the money in your account and not touch a dime of that until you buy back the calls you just wrote. And if you buy them back at $3, you're going to spend 15 grand out of your 20 to get them back. Keep the 5 grand. What you do with that 5 grand, you decide what to do with it. On the other hand, you might go, well, I need 5 grand a month to live on. But really what I'm looking for here is the depreciation is going to be at least a couple of bucks on these contracts. So I'm going to sell them at 4 something and buy them back at 2 something. And I'm going to clear a $2 profit on these 50 contracts. That is 10 grand net profit. I'll lock that in, and then I'll write new calls again for $4 for something each again, going forward. And in the meantime, I got 10 grand I can do with Whiz I Please. Now you may find that you need, like I said earlier to this morning, you might need 5,000 a month to live on. So you'll take 5,000 of the 10 out, transfer it to your checking account, and pay bills. Great. You got money for your debit card and whatever. The other 5,000 you leave behind, and you just add that to your pot. You got 25 grand sitting there now, depending on what the next batch of contracts do. It all depends. If this 20,000 that you just got your hands on by writing calls is inside your IRA and you can't touch that money, well, that's another 20,000 towards your retirement. Now, what my brain is screaming at me says, or what you're going to do is, if you're in a position to write 50 calls at a time in your retirement account and you haul in 20,000 bucks when you write these calls, my guess is you're probably going to use some of that money to buy more deep in the money calls and write more calls. Now, you may find that you don't do anything for the first couple of weeks. You leave the 20 grand alone. And if the shares begin to depreciate, you'll start spending some of that 20 grand on deep in the money calls, because you're not going to need that money to buy those calls back, because they're falling off. They get down to be worth, say, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. You might buy the rest of them back there, lock in your 14, 15 grand profit, and you buy another 12 deep in the money calls, 14, I don't know what it is. And you're also writing new calls again on the first 50, and you're now writing 65 calls, whatever the number is, 63 calls, and you're growing your portfolio out like this. Your retirement portfolio is growing by leaps and bounds. You can't touch the money right now on existing bills, but that money is waiting for you on retirement at retirement. And you have figured it out that you're at a certain age now, you know how many years you got to wait before you get your hands on that dough, but you want that pot of money to be a certain size by the time you get to be that age. You're going to be writing. And if you start diversifying into other stocks where you have so many contracts of one and then another and then another and another, you may have deep in the money call positions on 4 or 5 companies at the same time, and you're hauling in income from all over the place. You're a busy person managing your retirement. You deserve to keep that 2% of the value of your portfolio and any gains. Absolutely. Hope that makes sense for you guys. BW, why fold arms? Last week, GameStop rights were all 30% upside down. This week, more time ticked away and slightly down in GameStop stock price. Rights completely reversed, and now UP ranging 40%. I'm up ranging 40 to 17%. April, December, poor man cover call rights. Beautiful stuff. Lame duck. Depends on what premiums and how conservative you want to be. I have October 16s. I've had them since January. Paid $680 in premium, but more of a risky right. Pick out conservative, not premium chasing. Lame duck. I ran the numbers out of the money at 20 July 2023, only 335 to 385. Lame duck on GameStop. Lame duck. So in the money calls would be better. Alex, number 94. Evening all. Son has a tummy ache, and I'm expecting happy Valentine's Day and joys of parenting. Oh, how lovely is this? Larry, hi everybody. I'm number 100 again, the same as this morning. Laugh out loud. Yay! Financial. I posted the largest chunk of a rollover I made on GameStop over on the Discord for those who are interested, so you can see how I did it. JR, I'm of the opinion that the whole GameStop debacle was nothing more than a pump and dump put on by the Redditors who convinced people to buy in while they themselves were writing and buying options. I don't know. I'll put it this way. There were millions and millions of gamblers on all kinds of stocks at that time because we had the lockdown going on. We had a lot of money in the system. We had interest rates at virtually zero. And there were millions of players, and there were probably hundreds of thousands of people every day flipping GameStop and doing all kinds of trades. So I don't know if there was an organized gang that could handle it, because GameStop was trading billions of dollars worth of stock every day, and it was really something to behold. It was wild. Whatever. Agayoti, JR, you give them too much credit. Susan Shops about, I'm ready to add another GameStop deep in the money, but I'm wondering which is better to add to my, another one to add. Another to my $5 strike for $14.40, or do more popular 10s for $10.50-ish. What are your thoughts? Well, if you do the 10s, you're getting a bigger return on your money. You need less of it to write a call. So there's always that. Mirko, Susan Shops about, your leverage is better with the 10s. You're nearly getting 2-to-1 here. Drew, Susan Shops about, I like the 10s closer to the 90-10 rule and less cash up front. BW, Alex Gross. Sorry, that's going on there. BW, Larry Titus, welcome. Mirko, with the $5 calls, you're about 11. You're at 1 point. What is that? 1.15 of that makes sense to you. So maybe you're paying too much for them, and maybe the 10s are the best way to go. Probably the 90-10 rule being thought about here. Always good advice. ME is up a half a penny. Yay. 23andMe. Yay. We're up. We're down a nickel on GameStop. Bed Bath & Beyond still down 11.7 cents at 192, but it's coming back up. HIP 39.2 up 1.6 cents. Tesla 208.24 up 13.60. SoFi up 2 cents. 6.78 is what we have right now. Those of you who've written Tesla calls, you've written 190s, you've written 200s, 210s, 215s, 220s. If you've written $200 calls, you're now aware that the shares at 208 are $8 in the money on your calls. But you've probably noticed something else. The stock is up $13, but your contracts aren't $13 higher. That's not happening today. They're higher, but they're not $13 higher. What's happening is book value is now starting to take over. Time value is shrinking out a little bit. So you're beginning to notice that squeeze. But in the meantime, your deep in the money calls on Tesla are up probably $12, $13 each today, if not $14 now that we're up $14. Way to go, get richer, guys. Let's see what else is going on. Marcus, $5 GameStop calls are too in the money, too deep in the money for me. I prefer tens or just buy stock rather than $5 deep in the money calls. There's that thought too. Dow's down 96. S&P's up 4. Nasdaq up 73. There it is. What can I say? Alrighty, waiting for the market to continue through. We got 24 minutes to go. Just watching this market trade along. GameStop's up 3 cents to 19.72 now. It's recovered. Bed Bath Beyond just down a dime at 194. It's definitely coming back up. And SoFi is up 2 cents to 6.78. We have Apple down 60. HBQ is up 2 cents. Six Stairs up 6.5. Google just off 13 cents now, coming back. And Moderna up 427 to 175.75. Cisco down 2 cents at 47.84. Definitely trying to get back to break even there. Pfizer is breaking even at 44 even, unchanged. IBM down 115. Microsoft up 153. Rocket Lab up 26.5 at 497.5. Make it 498. We just went up another half a penny. We're up 27 cents on Rocket Lab. Matterport is up 20, just popped here to 362. Smart Rent's up 7, 271 a share, and Spire's up 2.5 cents right now. On the 24th of February, ATIP will report. On the 28th, Rocket Lab will report. On the 22nd, Matterport reports. Matterport reports in 8 days. So we've got these guys, Smart Rent on March 8th. So these former SPACs, they're going to talk to us about how they're doing. Their stocks are all up today. We like that. Let's see what else will happen. Financial Mischief says, I will be snagging at least one more January 2025 $10 call tomorrow. That will bring me to 45 in my main account. So close to the halfway point of what I'm looking for. Cody Blakely, 110 thumbs up. Coyote, Uncle was thinking of rolling a 17 to a 17.5, but it's 2+ months. Credit would be around 35, 40 cents. Would you make this move? No, I wouldn't make this move. No, you need more than that. DQ Cisco earnings tomorrow after the close for Cisco. Cody, that poll was missing a no option. I'm not sure how much it tells us therefore. Well, I can't make everybody happy. Christina, Uncle Bruce, as the teacher to all of us, you have to be proud. I mean, I remember when you'd have to scream, it's sell to open. Buy to close. Yes. The very basics. Now we have classes for that kind of thing. Yes, Coyote. I thought so. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Right on, Coyote. You're all good. We have 115 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. I'm asking today in the poll question just how many of you are making money. I'm not interested in any of you not making money or not making 1,000 right now. I'm curious of the folks who answered the poll question. Are you making in $1,000 a month range? Are you making $3,000 a month in profits writing options every month? Are you making 5,000 or are you making more than 5,000? And 72 votes are in, and there's 72 people who are making money writing options because of this channel so far. That's the respondents. 67% are saying I make about 1,000 a month, and 17% going I make about 3,000 a month. 4% saying I make about 5,000, and 12% say I make more than 5,000 a month. And that is pretty good bean stuff. Seeing 17%, 4%, and 12% combined, that's 33% of the respondents are saying I'm making 3,000 or more a month. That makes a difference. 3,000 a month or more coming into your household can make a difference to your lifestyle. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's 36,000 a year or more coming in. A third of you are reaching that. Just those who have responded to this quiz. That's pretty cool. So I'm excited for you on that. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the survey. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Sell my house fast. January 25 GameStop $8 strikes are $12. You could split the difference between 5 and 10 right there. Cody, sorry to say it, not trying to be mean, just trying to keep the data clean. Uncle B. JR, I asked this on Discord and I got several opinions, but I would like your opinion. I get the whole buy deep in the money call thing. I wrote on those, use the premium to get more deep in the money calls, write on those new calls, etc. But at what point do you recommend a person stop tying up the powder in their account in order to have the cash to do rollovers? Well, this is the thing, yeah. For some of you, you have margin accounts. These accounts are not in IRAs; they're outside, and you have the borrowing ability to borrow money to buy back calls and immediately write new calls. There's always that. But yeah, look, if your objective is to, you need to get to 60 calls in your mind. Let's say you need 60 deep in the money calls to write on GameStop, and from that moment forward, anything above that, you are the ability then is to be self-employed. If that's in your thought process, and you're sitting at 40 now, you're sitting at 40 deep in the money calls. And the moment comes up here in the next little while where calls you wrote a little while ago were, I don't know, they were written at $4.50 and they're now trading at around $2. You can now buy back those calls for $8,000, and you could turn around and write new calls for $4.50 again, $2.50 more than what you just are paying for these. Times 40, that's 10 grand. Now, if that allows you to buy 8 more covered calls, and you write those for $4.50 a piece, you bring in about $3,600, which allows you to buy 3 more covered calls. You're now at 51. Can you smell it? You're that close. You see what I'm getting at? These folks will push the envelope. They'll push the envelope. Now, they'll keep a couple of bucks. They'll keep $1,000 or $2 lying around in their account-ish, and they have margin ability-ish. But if they need to buy back 51 calls to do rollovers, and the calls are $6 each, and they want to write $8 calls, well, then you'll buy a 6 or 2. You have like $1,200 lying around. You'll buy 2 of them. You'll write 2 new ones for $8. You'll bring $1,600 back. You'll buy 2 more for 6 each. That's $1,200. You'll write 2 more for 8 each. That's another $1,600 plus the change. You now have like $2,000 lying around. Now you can buy 3 at $6 each and write 3 at 8 each. You see what I'm getting at? You're going to roll over all 51 of them very quickly. A few transactions, you got them all done. But guess what? You got yourself $10,000 more sitting in your account, man. You just did this $2 flip over. You got 10, 11, 12 grand left again, and you're 9 away from the promised land. Do you think you're going to buy 9 more deep in the money calls right away? I would. I'd write those 9 and buy a couple more. I'm over 60 now. I've got 60, 61, 62 calls in my account. Now I don't have to do any more buying. I can now just roll the 62 from here on out and build cash. So it might take a month or 2 after you get there where you do the next rollover and you bring another $2 in, and you're now bringing in $12,000 cash. You don't use any of that cash to buy more deep in the money calls. You are now amassing the kind of capital you need for, say, 3 months of your lifestyle. And if you need $5,000 a month, there's 12 of the 15 that you need to be self-employed. So you throw the 12 into your account, keep working. A month or so later, a couple of weeks later, you do 60 rollovers for $2 again, another 12 grand comes in. You now have 3 more into your checking account. You got 15 grand over there. Now you can put your notice in at the office and say, yeah, I'm out of here in 2 weeks. I'm out of here in 2 weeks. And you got 3 months in the bank already. You're going to get your final checks from work. And you're now a full-time writer with 60 calls. Hello. And if you can bring in 12,000 on a rollover, you may find that the next 12th that you do a rollover with, only 5 of it goes to your account. 7 stays behind to buy more deep in the money calls. And now you're building on top of what you got. I mean, It's theoretical. I'm just throwing it at you, but that's possible. Cody, Uncle Bruce, they have to answer to see the chat. Good afternoon, folks. Number 115, Coyote. You can close the poll without voting. Coyote, I didn't know that. Maybe I'm the only one. Number 119 on the thumbs up. Thank you. Great question, says Hector. Fantastic. We have 76 votes in. Let's see. Let me refresh my thing. See where we're at now. Are we still at 76 votes? Thank you, everybody, for being here and being part of this channel today. 78 now have come through. Fantastic. We've got, of the 78 votes, 67% say I make $1,000 a month average. 17% say I make about $3,000. 4% say I make about $5,000 a month, and 13% I make over $5,000 a month average writing options. And there you have it. That's 37% out of there. That right 29 and 33% make $3,000 or more a month on average. Pretty cool beans. I love this. Thank you all very much. 124 thumbs ups. Thank you very much for those. Fantastic all. There you go. Okay. I think to see the chat, you only have to touch the button. You don't have to touch the thing to see it. I don't know if you have to answer it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Whatever. Welcome all. We've got 14 minutes left in our session today. Lots going on here. Don't forget tomorrow night, prime time with Uncle Bruce tomorrow night, 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel members only. Become a Gold Bagel member immediately, and you'll be notified about that show, and you can watch reruns of past episodes. Good stuff. You'll learn a lot in there. Thank you, everybody. 88-point drop on the Dow. ME is up 1.5 cents. Go at 23andMe. Go. GameStop 1981 up 12 cents. Bed Bath Beyond still off just 8.5, recovering a little more. Tesla's up $14, 208, and SoFi's up 2 cents right now. There you go. And a Smoked Dog. I'm making $100 a month so far. Laughing out loud. Way to go, buddy. Just keep coming. Just keep it coming. Keep it coming. You'll work your way up. Yeah, if you're not making the big bucks yet, there might be a simple reason for why you're not making as much money as you are. Maybe you haven't taken all the classes, and you're missing a lot of little things that you need to know to just give you that edge. Perhaps it's your impatience. You want to be a trader, but you should be an investor, and you can't help yourself. You can't not trade. And you close positions out way too early because you're guessing what the market is doing rather than letting the stock tell you what it wants to do. That's a possibility. I don't know. What can I say? Anyway, Uncle Bruce strategies make me cheer. There you go, home skill. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I mean, look, some folks have the knack. Some folks learn the knack. And it just takes time. Others, you only write a couple options at a time. You're not going to make tens of thousands a month in profit. It's not going to happen. But there are some of you out there who, you started with a fairly sizable account and you started writing 10 contracts right away when you started doing your first trade. And you can't help but make $1.50 a contract in a month, and you're making $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month already. Fantastic. I love it. Sean and Wendy, tell the people who are new, how do they watch reruns? Do they have to go to back to the notifications, that type of thing? I'm not exactly sure how you do that. How do you do that? Does anyone here want to tell anyone else how to watch reruns of previous Gold Bagel member shows, primetime shows? Because I don't do that because my system is not the same as yours. I'm the channel creator. I've got different buttons. Cody, laugh out loud. To be clear, I'm not saying that I'm not using this or making money. As I was just talking about the method of data collection. A Smoked Dog, I just don't have the money. Laughing out loud. There you go. BW, Uncle Bruce, since getting the notice from the company named after a large flowing body of water about a month ago, I'm solid in Poor Man Cover Call rights. Was at 9 then, and now it's 17. We'll report income level at the end of March. Rock and roll. Cool. Okay. From the water company. I'm not sure what's going on. Hector, impatience often gets in the way of good decisions. That's true. And that is exactly right. Yeah, it's happened to me in my years. I've seen it happen to clients. I've seen it happen to brokers. It's the age old where people say, I shouldn't have done that. I should have waited a little longer, or I just didn't give the stock enough time, or I did, I could have, would have, should have. Well, that's life. Welcome to these stocks. All trade on emotion. I mean, these indexes are trading on emotion. So yeah, like Amazon, like the river. Got it. Smoke Dog 100 Aspire, SoFi, and Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab, I thought he was working for the Great Salt Lake Shipping Company at first, laughing out loud. Oh, man. Too much fun. We now have 127 thumbs ups and 81 respondents for the poll question today. Way to go, everybody. Thank you for being part of this. I really appreciate it. Just pardon me. I have some kind of an eyelash bugging me. I've got something bugging me here. I can't get rid of it. I don't know where the damn thing is. I can't see it. I feel it. Drives me nuts. Maybe it's stroke. Maybe that's what it is. Alberto, Uncle, I'm here. You can begin. Patience, grasshoppers. There you go. TJ, Mississippi. That's the name of the water. That's it right there. The Mississippi. 1979 on GameStop. We're up a dime today. The Bed Bath Beyond down a dime at 194. Okay. A Tesla 208.96 up 1432. Giddy up. All right. Oh my. Okay. There you go. The leading explanation by the White House for the three objects shot down over the weekend is that they were benign balloons. They're like weather sensing balloons. They're benign. They're nothing. We launched them in Canada. You launch them in America. They're launched in Russia. They're launched all the time to track atmospheric conditions. Whatever. It's okay. Fool of a took. Yeah, I've made numerous mistakes since the new year and have not pulled off a successful rollover yet. Lots to learn. Need to rewatch the rollover class and possibly do a one-on-one. Sean and Wendy Merkel, thanks. Just trying to help the newbies. Fool of a took. I'm getting slaughtered out here, laughing out loud. Matthew, I'm going to wait until after Matterport's earnings so I free up some cash, and then I'm going to write poor man covered calls. Mandu, like GameStop going up, but not ready to pull the trigger on selling my calls. Need more fun. Need more for them, laughing out loud. BW Alberto, he was asking if any of the channel members make at least $50 a month on writing calls. $50 a month on writing calls. I don't recall asking that question. There you go. Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. Waiting on 7 minutes to go. We have 7 minutes left in our session here. And we're going to see how this market wants to close itself out today. 7 minutes to go. Thank you all for popping in and joining us, being here. It's great to have you. And let's just see what this market wants to give us. Looks like the Dow is holding a 95 point gain. And ME up 1 penny. GameStop up 12 pennies. There you go. All right. Okay. Maria Powell. I just started with poor man cover calls last month. I just bought my 32nd GameStop deep in the money call. I will have not done this long enough to answer the poll, but I am very happy right here. Alberto, BW, laughing here. JR, here is how to watch older shows on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel and click the live link at the top, about right below where Uncle Bruce's picture is located. The older sessions are there. Cody, hey, Uncle Bruce, what do you think about going after the real gamblers and selling some of those 0 days to expiry options? No. Susan, stop laughing at $50 a call. Bruce, laughing out loud. BW, sorry, Bruce, it was there. I had to serve it up to Alberto. I had to do it. Alberta, Cody, why not? I will write on 0 days to expire often. There you go. I generally don't recommend it, but I hear you. I know some of you out there are sitting on like 10,000 shares of a company that you may have worked for at one time. And Friday morning comes along and you haven't got any calls on them, and you're writing calls that are like $1 out of the money, something like that. They only move about 30, 40 cents in the day, and you're getting 3, 4 cents for them. If you don't have any commissions, great, but if you do, it can wipe you out. But if you can pull in, 44 cents a contract, 40 cents a contract times 100, it's $400. Or $40 or whatever it is. Yeah. If you can bring in 20 cents, on the last day of a call's life, and not buy it back for a nickel or less, make 15 cents profit. That's $15 times 100. It's $1,500. I get it. 100 contracts, it's money. Yeah. I mean, a penny is $1. 100 times 100 bucks, 4 pennies, $400. Yeah, it's $400. Anyway, there you go. You can find old shows on the membership link as well, says TJ. Cody, Alberto, that's how I feel. But to do it every day, you'd have to sell on something like SPX, and you'd either need a lot of money or you'd need to use spreads to do that. We're here for big money on taking in big option premiums. We're down 97 on the Dow. We're down to 4 minutes to go on the session. We're up 7.5 on S&P, 91 on NASDAQ, down $1 on oil today. And the 6-month Treasury bill finishes above 5% for the first time since 2007. After January's CPI data, the 6-month T-bill in the U.S. is yielding over 5%. First time since 2007, 16 years since that has been had. That is interesting. Yeah, what can I say? Right on. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Thank you all for being here with me today. I'm so appreciative of you all popping by. If any of you want to have a one-on-one this weekend, let me know. This Sunday, we'll try to slot you in. Thank you, everybody. Just let me know what time you'd like, and we'll get you set up. Okay. We have 131 thumbs ups. Thank you. We have 83 results on the poll today. Thank you. Keep those coming in as we're into the final 3 minutes of our session now. Finishing up today. We're down 138 on the Dow, but we're up 4 on S&P and we're up 84 on NASDAQ. It's a mixed bag today. A real mixed market going on here. With Tesla now at $209.28, up $14. All of you who are shareholders and deep in the money call holders, you're all richer. The calls you've written against, I doubt, have gone up $14 each on you. They've only gone up a fraction of that, which makes you even richer. Believe it or not, you're actually richer. There you go, Maria. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Neat attack from Maria and the Big E and Mirko and Mandu and Hector. The knee emoji attack is happening in the last 2 minutes of the session here. Oh, my. Here we go with the knee emoji attack. Financial Mischief, I bought 25 GameStop shares just because you can pop $2 to $4 now so you can sell them. Thank you. JR's doing it. JR's got the knee emojis going out. Neat. Here come the knee emojis. They're on their way. The attack is happening on the channel right at the end of our session here. Oh, TJ's in there. Oscar's in there. Look out. The last 2 minutes, Untamed Viking is on it. Here they come. DH Root is in there. Here come the knee emoji. John Anderson, here we go. Home's got a risk of in the money cover calls on Friday expiry is a massive after hours run up and being exercised. True, Maria. Neat. Here they come. Knee emojis. Cody, thanks. We're sorry if I pissed you off talking about the poll. No, it's okay. This channel's still the reason I go into the market. And I appreciate it. I'm not mad. It's okay. It's all good. Time machine. Bingo. Giddy up. Untamed Viking. Miraculous. Had an offer hanging out there for July 20th, 385. Just hit. Bingo. Bong. Nice job. Oh, GameStop is green. I have a stink offer in right now. Hopefully it hits maybe tomorrow. Patience Grasshopper. Karen D. Neat. Hector. Neat. Last minute. We're in the last minute. GameStop up 18 cents. Neat. There they come across the board. The knee emojis just as we're closing out the day here. Up 18 on GameStop. Nice. Tesla up 1384. SoFi up a penny. Yeah, Brian, get that money, says Alberto. A Splair. Neat. Last of the markets as we finish it off. Larry should be hitting the bells anytime now. Thank you guys so much for being part of the knee emoji attack. There's the official bell ringer. Larry Titus has done the deed. The bells have been rung. We are done for the day with a 160. Looked like a 160 Dow drop, but it looks like might have been only 80. I'm not 100% sure on this. Not sure which device to trust right now. That's the issue. 156 on the down dip is official. S&P down 116, 1.16 points, and NASDAQ up 71. Tesla's 209, up 1458. GameStop 1985, up and 16 cents. ME unchanged. Bed Bath Beyond down a dime. ATIP up 1.8 cents to 39.4. SoFi down 2. Blair, good night, everybody. Neat. Thank you, Larry Titus from DQ. Alberto, damn time difference. Ugh, it's 4, not 3. Neat. Brian, aiming to sell a July $18 strike for $5.50. The ask is $5 right now. GameStop, of course. Haha. JR, Dems the bells. Thank you, Larry. Yep, Larry, thanks for closing us out again, says Alberto. Right on, pal. Well, maybe tomorrow there'll be a little pop in the market. And you'll get some contracts sold, and you'll sit back and fold your arms and say, okay, come to Papa. Here we go. We'll take that action. Why not? Absolutely. Way to go, everybody. Fantastic. It's 9:30 a.m. tomorrow yet. Is it 9:30 tomorrow yet? Can we trade now? Can we just start trading again? Let's go. Let's get this party started. Giddy up, everybody. Well, I hope you've had a fun day today. Thank you, those of you who made donations today and sent super chats earlier. And, you guys are awesome. Thank you for that. HPQ was up 7. Cyxtera is up 4. Google down a nickel. Moderna up $4. Cisco down 16 cents. Pfizer down 25. IBM down 138. Microsoft up 85. Look at the Rocket Lab. 496 up a quarter. And Matterport 359 up 17. SmartRite up 4. Spire up 2.5. Amazon up 16 cents. Giddy up. We love this. Drew's laughing out loud. Coyote, I did have a fun day. I never want them to end. Golf Mom says thank you. Right on, Golf Mom. Windy out there. It's windy around here all of a sudden. It's going to be windy till 10 tonight. Kind of weird out here. Mirko, is there a reason why Tesla is up? Is there a reason? Probably hardship at Ford. Their truck production has been stopped on the electric truck. I don't know why that would move Tesla. Not really. Brian, Coyote, that is funny. I used to be like that when I go in deep into really good video game. Couldn't wait for the next day after work to get home. Mirko, other than more buyers, maybe. Coyote, Brian, oh man, I know that feeling all too well. Coyote, speaking of, that's how I'm about to pass the time now, laughing out loud. I'm going to play video games until Bruce's video game starts again tomorrow. We'll play that video game with Bruce all day long and make money on his game. Love it. Well, thank you all for being here and hanging out. Thank you for your kind words and subscribing and thumbs ups. It's been another good one. We appreciate it. Looks like we've had 138 or so thumbs ups today, 135 and counting. So beautiful. Keep them coming in. Thanks for taking the poll question for us today. 85 of you, 85 answered the poll question, and 34% of you said that we make $3,000 a month or more on average. That's a pretty good deal there. Fantastic. Thank you all. And we'll take that. Now, that's it for the day. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, Wednesday, for Gold Bagel members for the pre-alert show, then 8:30 for everybody, 3 o'clock for everybody, and then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. So Gold Bagel members, you get 2 shows for yourselves. Everybody, you get 4 after that, or 4 in total, 2 others coming up. And I look forward to seeing you, and join me, and hopefully you'll make a bunch of dough tomorrow. That would be just lovely. Thank you all for popping in and saying hi. Okay. There it is. I read an article that says Tesla's going to 300 soon. Maybe that's why it went up. Who knows? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Thank you, everybody, from John Anderson. It's like the markets are in their death throes and can't figure out when it's going to crash. Capitulation watch has been going for past 6 months. Tax loss selling didn't fix it. Stagflation question. Who knows? Could have another update tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll take it day by day, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. great rest of the day. Stay healthy for me, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. First thing in the morning. Let's get on it. And like JR says, later, y'all. And have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye from Palm Desert.